Have you ever actually met someone who has won the lottery? What happened to them? His name was Dan Becker, and he used to live 2 streets over from where I grew up. He was one of those guys everybody in the neighborhood kind of knew. Middle-aged, worked maintenance at the water treatment plant, always wore the same camouflage baseball cap even when he wasn't hunting. His wife had left him a few years earlier, and his teenage daughter barely spoke to him. But he was always friendly, always waved when you passed him on the street. Then one Thursday, out of nowhere, it happened. $12.4 million from a scratch-off ticket he bought at the Shell station on Route 6. He didn't even mean to get it. He told the newspaper reporter he went in for milk and smokes and had $1 left over. Just one of those oversized, neon orange tickets sitting behind the glass. The kind nobody actually wins. At first, everyone was thrilled for him. He kept working for a few weeks like he didn't quite believe it was real. Still showed up in the same work boots. Still had his thermos and bologna sandwich. He gave his coworkers each $500 in cash one morning. Just handed out envelopes in the break room. People talked about that for months. Then the changes started. First, it was the truck. A brand new Ford F-350 with chrome trim and a lift kit. A week later, a trailer showed up in his driveway with 2 ATVs and a jet ski, even though there wasn't a body of water within 5 miles of his house big enough to use them. By the end of the month, he quit his job, told everyone he was going to live a little. He bought a new house on the edge of town, one of those giant red brick ones with a circular driveway and a fountain in the middle. He started throwing parties every weekend. People I'd never seen before showing up in sports cars, music blasting into the early morning. His daughter moved in with him for a while, but that didn't last long. Someone said she left after he got arrested for trying to fight a bartender at a country club he'd just joined. Drunk out of his mind, accused the guy of shorting him on whiskey. Within a year, things started crumbling. He'd loaned money to a couple of people who stopped answering his calls, got scammed on some real estate thing in Florida, bought into some pyramid scheme he saw on YouTube. The big house sat dark most nights after that, the fountain stopped working, grass went brown, someone busted out one of the front windows and nobody ever fixed it. I ran into him at the hardware store not long after that. He looked tired, wore the same old hat again, stained and torn at the brim. He said he was thinking about going back to work, maybe part-time. Said the money went faster than he expected. He laughed when he said it, but it wasn't the kind of laugh that made you want to join in. Last I heard, he sold the big house, moved into a rental near the train tracks. People don't see him much anymore. The truck's gone too. He drives a dented Nissan now, something he probably bought used with what little he had left. I don't think anyone really knows how much of the money is still around. Every time I drive past the Shell station where he bought that ticket, I look at the machine behind the counter. They still keep the same brand of scratchers in the case, same neon orange ones. Still $1. Nobody ever talks about Dan winning anymore, just about what came after.